Our planet is a paradox, a juxtaposition of the ordinary and the extraordinary. From strange dancing forests, lakes that defy logic, to ruins whispering secrets of ancient civilizations, Earth is a treasure trove of mysteries. Join us as we unveil 20 of the most astonishing wonders hidden across the globe. Number 20. The Serapium of Alexandria. In 1850, French archaeologist Auguste Mariette stumbled upon a discovery that would leave even Indiana Jones speechless: the Serapium of Alexandria. This grandiose complex, spanning over 30,000 square feet, boasted towering columns and intricate carvings. But here's the kicker. It was essentially an underground burial chamber for bulls. The ancient Egyptians believed that these sacred animals held the key to the afterlife, and they spared no expense in giving them a luxurious final resting place. The Serapium was a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers, each housing a massive granite sarcophagus, weighing over 150,000 pounds. The engineering required to construct this marvel is mind-boggling, even by today's standards. But the Serapium isn't just about Egyptians' love for their bovine companions. It's also a mystery that has puzzled archaeologists for over a century. Despite extensive excavations, we still don't know exactly why these bulls were so revered or what rituals were performed in their honor. Some believe they were seen as incarnations of the god Apis, while others think they were symbols of fertility and renewal. Number 19. Lake Maracaibo. Deep in the heart of Venezuela lies a body of water that's been keeping locals and scientists awake at night for centuries, and it's not just because of the mosquitoes. Lake Maracaibo is home to one of the most incredible natural phenomena on the planet: the Catatumbo lightning. This everlasting storm has been lighting up the night sky over the lake for as long as anyone can remember. The lightning strikes are so frequent and so intense that they've earned Lake Maracaibo the nickname the Lighthouse of the Caribbean. The numbers are staggering. The Catatumbo lightning occurs for up to 10 hours a night on 140 to 160 nights each year. Each storm produces up to 1 million individual lightning bolts, accumulating to an astounding 1.6 million lightning strikes annually. To put this into perspective, the total energy released by this phenomenon is estimated to be enough to power the entire city of New York for a month. But what causes this incredible display of nature's power? Scientists have been scratching their heads for years, trying to figure out what makes Lake Maracaibo such a hotbed of electrical activity. One theory is that the lake's unique topography and climate create the perfect conditions for lightning storms. The warm, moist air from the Caribbean Sea collides with the cooler air descending from the Andes Mountains, creating a massive electrical charge that's just waiting to be released. However, some researchers think there may be more to the story. They've suggested that the lightning may be linked to the region's oil reserves, or even to the presence of methane gas bubbling up from the lakebed. Number 18. The Taos hum. In the high desert of northern New Mexico, there's a sound that's been driving locals crazy for decades. It's a low-frequency hum, a distant drone that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. And for the small percentage of the population who can hear it, it's an inescapable presence, a constant companion that can make daily life a misery. The Taos hum, as it's come to be known, was first reported in the early 1990s, when a group of residents in the town of Taos began to complain of a strange, persistent noise that seemed to be coming from the surrounding desert. At first, some dismissed the complaints as the ravings of crackpots or attention seekers. But as more and more people began to report the same strange hum, it became clear that something was going on. Over the years, various theories have been put forward to explain the Taos hum. Some have suggested that it may be the result of military experiments or secret government projects, while others have pointed to industrial machinery or even underground gas pipelines. But despite numerous investigations and studies, the true source of the Taos hum remains a mystery. Researchers have set up sensitive recording equipment and conducted extensive surveys of the area, but have been unable to pinpoint the origin of the sound. Number 17. The Quimbaya Artifacts Anomaly. The Quimbaya civilization, which thrived in South America around 500 CE, left behind a fascinating collection of artifacts that have sparked both intrigue and controversy. Among these artifacts are small golden statues that have been interpreted by some as depictions of flying vessels, leading to speculation about the Quimbaya people's interest in aviation. The discovery of these figurines caused a wave of excitement, particularly among those with a penchant for conspiracies and ancient alien theories. They argue that the statues are clear evidence of the Quimbaya civilization's advanced understanding of aeronautics, suggesting that they may have had contact with extraterrestrial beings, or developed flight technology on their own. However, many historians and archaeologists approach these claims with skepticism. They propose that the figurines are more likely stylized representations of various animals, such as birds or insects, which were common motifs in Quimbaya art. These experts believe that the statues hold no significant evidence of aviation technology, and that they were simply artistic expressions typical of the time period. Number 16. Knossos. Knossos, the ancient Minoan city located on the island of Crete, is a remarkable archaeological site that offers a glimpse into the sophisticated civilization that thrived there thousands of years ago. Discovered in 1878 by Minos Kalokairinos, the site is most famous for its expansive palace complex, which covers an area of approximately 150,000 square feet and contains over 1,300 intricately decorated rooms. The Palace of Knossos is believed to have been the center of political and economic power for the Minoan civilization, which reached its peak around 1600 BCE. The complex features a variety of architectural styles and is adorned with colorful frescoes, intricate stone carvings, and advanced drainage and ventilation systems, showcasing the Minoans' impressive engineering skills. One of the most intriguing aspects of Knossos is the evidence of a mysterious bull-jumping ceremony. Frescoes and sculptures depict young men and women vaulting over charging bulls, suggesting that this dangerous ritual held significant cultural or religious importance for the Minoans. However, the exact nature and purpose of the ceremony remain a topic of debate among scholars. The Minoan civilization that built Knossos is also known for its unique writing system, known as Linear A, which has yet to be fully deciphered. This adds to the air of mystery surrounding the ancient city and the people who once inhabited it. Number 15. Frozen Siberian mummies. In the icy depths of the Altai Mountains in southern Siberia, a remarkable discovery was made in 2003. Russian archaeologists stumbled upon the mummified remains of ancient Scythian warriors frozen in time for over 2 millennia. These warriors, known for their fierce determination and battle prowess, were found with their weapons, armor, and even their horses preserved by the permafrost. The Scythians were nomadic tribes that roamed the Siberian steppes around 2,500 years ago. They were known for their exceptional horsemanship, intricate gold artwork, and their formidable skills on the battlefield. The discovery of these mummies has provided researchers with an unprecedented glimpse into their way of life and the medical practices of the time. One of the most astonishing finds was evidence of early brain surgery performed on one of the warriors. The skull had a small hole drilled into it, a procedure known as trepanation, which was likely done to relieve pressure from a head injury sustained in battle. This discovery suggests that the Scythians had a sophisticated understanding of human anatomy and surgical techniques far ahead of their time. The mummies were so well preserved that their tattoos, clothing, and even their hair and skin were still intact. The intricate tattoos on their bodies have been a subject of great interest, as they may provide insights into the Scythians' religious beliefs and social hierarchy. Their clothing, made from leather, wool, and silk, was also remarkably well preserved, offering a rare look into the fashion and textiles of this ancient civilization. Number 14. Jade discs. In ancient Chinese tombs, a curious type of artifact has been discovered that has baffled archaeologists for decades. These are the jade discs, intricately carved circular objects made from one of the hardest stones on Earth. Dating back to the Neolithic period, these discs are a testament to the incredible skill and craftsmanship of ancient Chinese artisans. What makes the jade discs so remarkable is the level of precision and detail that went into their creation. Using only primitive tools, the ancient Chinese were able to create discs that were perfectly symmetrical and intricately decorated with intricate patterns and designs. Some discs were even inlaid with precious stones or adorned with gold and silver. But the purpose of these discs remains a mystery. Some scholars believe that they were used as ceremonial objects, perhaps in religious rituals or as offerings to the gods. Others speculate that they may have been used as a form of currency or as a symbol of power and wealth. But without written records from the time period, it's impossible to say for certain. What we do know is that the creation of these discs required an incredible amount of skill and patience. Jade is an extremely hard stone, ranking a 6.5 to 7 on the Mohs scale of mineral hardness. To carve and polish it would have required hours of painstaking labor, using abrasive materials like sand and bamboo to slowly wear away at the stone. Number 13. Lalibela churches. In the rugged mountains of Ethiopia, a complex of 11 medieval churches has been drawing pilgrims and tourists alike for centuries. These are the Lalibela churches, named after King Lalibela, who commissioned their construction in the 12th century. What sets these churches apart is that they are not built from the ground up, but rather carved out of solid volcanic rock. The churches are arranged in two main groups, connected by a network of tunnels and walkways. The most famous of these is the Church of St. George, a 40-foot-high monolith carved in the shape of a cross. The interior of the church is adorned with intricate frescoes, and the walls are lined with niches that once held the mummified remains of Ethiopian kings and saints. Using only basic hand tools, workers carefully chiseled away at the volcanic tuff, creating a complex network of rooms, tunnels, and drainage systems. Some scholars believe that the churches were meant to be a symbolic representation of Jerusalem, with the River Jordan represented by a small stream that runs through the complex. Despite their remote location, the Lalibela churches have been an important pilgrimage site for Ethiopian Orthodox Christians for centuries. Each year, thousands of devotees make the trek to Lalibela to celebrate the Feast of the Epiphany, which commemorates the baptism of Jesus Christ. Number 12. Chichen Itza. Deep in the heart of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula lies one of the most impressive and mysterious ancient cities in the world, Chichen Itza. Discovered in 1841 by explorers John Lloyd Stevens and Frederick Catherwood, this massive Mayan city has captivated the imaginations of archaeologists and tourists alike for over a century. At the center of Chichen Itza stands the iconic El Castillo, a towering 98-foot-tall pyramid that dominates the landscape. But this is just one of the many incredible structures that make up this ancient city. The Temple of the Warriors, the Great Ball Court, and the Observatory are just a few of the other remarkable buildings that offer a glimpse into the lives of the Maya who once called this place home. One of the most intriguing aspects of Chichen Itza is the intricate carvings and sculptures that adorn its buildings. From the feathered serpent god Kukulkan to the fearsome Chacmul figures, these works of art offer a window into the beliefs and rituals of the Maya. But perhaps the most impressive of all is the Great Ball Court, a massive arena where the Maya played a sacred ball game that could sometimes end in human sacrifice. Number 11. Piri Reis Map. In 1513, a Turkish admiral named Piri Reis created a map that would go on to become one of the most enigmatic and controversial documents in the history of cartography. Known as the Piri Reis map, this early 16th century document depicts the coastlines of Europe, North Africa, and parts of the Americas with a level of accuracy that seems impossible for the time. What makes the Piri Reis map so remarkable is that it appears to show the coastline of Antarctica centuries before the continent was officially discovered. The map also depicts the Americas with a level of detail that suggests Piri Reis had access to earlier maps and documents that have since been lost to history. Some researchers have even suggested that the Piri Reis map is evidence of ancient advanced civilizations or extraterrestrial contact. They point to the map's accuracy and the inclusion of features like the Andes Mountains and the Amazon River as proof that Piri Reis had access to knowledge that should have been impossible for the time. Number 10. Tutankhamun's tomb. In 1922, a British archaeologist named Howard Carter made a discovery that would captivate the world and change our understanding of ancient Egypt forever. After years of searching, Carter finally uncovered the tomb of Tutankhamun, a relatively minor pharaoh who had been all but forgotten by history. But what Carter found inside the tomb was anything but minor. Over 5,000 priceless artifacts were discovered, including furniture, clothing, jewelry, and other personal items that had been untouched for over 3,000 years. The walls of the tomb were adorned with intricate paintings and hieroglyphs, and the sarcophagus itself was made of solid gold. Perhaps the most famous artifact from Tutankhamun's tomb is his death mask, a stunning work of art that has become one of the most recognizable images in the world. Made of gold and inlaid with precious stones, the mask depicts the young pharaoh in all his glory, with a serene expression and a symbol of the goddess Wadjet on his forehead. Number 9. Lascaux Cave. In the rolling hills of southern France, a group of teenage boys stumbled upon a discovery in 1940 that would change our understanding of prehistoric art forever. While out walking their dog, the boys discovered a hidden cave that had been sealed off for over 17,000 years. Inside, they found a treasure trove of ancient cave paintings that would come to be known as the Lascaux Cave. The Lascaux Cave is a complex network of chambers and passageways spanning over 600 feet. The walls and ceilings of the cave are adorned with over 600 stunning paintings and 1,500 engravings that depict a wide variety of animals, including horses, deer, bison, and even a few abstract human figures. What makes the Lascaux Cave paintings so remarkable is their level of detail and sophistication. The artists who created these works used a variety of techniques, including shading, perspective, and even a rudimentary form of animation to bring their subjects to life. Some of the paintings are over 17 feet long and feature multiple animals in complex scenes of hunting and migration. But the Lascaux Cave paintings are more than just beautiful artwork. They offer a rare glimpse into the lives and minds of our prehistoric ancestors. The fact that these paintings have survived for so long showcases the skill and ingenuity of these early artists who used natural pigments and tools to create works that would endure for millennia. Unfortunately, the very thing that makes the Lascaux Cave so special also led to its downfall. In the years after its discovery, the cave became a popular tourist attraction, with thousands of visitors flocking to see the paintings each year. However, the humidity and carbon dioxide from human breath began to take their toll, causing mold and fungus to grow on the walls and damaging the delicate paintings. In 1963, the French government made the difficult decision to close the cave to the public in order to protect the paintings. Today, visitors can still see the incredible works of art, but only through a carefully controlled system of replicas and reproductions. Number 8. Rosetta Stone. In the late 18th century, a group of French soldiers stumbled upon a slab of black basalt that would change the course of history. Discovered in the Egyptian town of Rosetta in 1799, this unassuming stone held the key to unlocking the secrets of one of the world's oldest and most fascinating civilizations. The Rosetta Stone, as it came to be known, contained the same passage of text, written in 3 different scripts: ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, Egyptian Demotic, and ancient Greek. For centuries, scholars had been baffled by the complex system of hieroglyphs used by the ancient Egyptians, and without a way to decipher them, much of the civilization's history remained a mystery. But with the discovery of the Rosetta Stone, all that changed. By comparing the hieroglyphs to the ancient Greek, which was still widely understood, researchers were finally able to crack the code and begin to translate the language of the pharaohs. The content of the Rosetta Stone itself was relatively mundane. It was a decree passed by a council of priests in honor of the 13-year-old King Ptolemy V. But its significance lay not in what it said, but in how it said it. The stone provided a crucial missing link between the known and the unknown, and opened up a whole new world of understanding about ancient Egyptian culture, religion, and way of life. Today, the Rosetta Stone is housed in the British Museum in London, where it continues to fascinate visitors from around the world. Number 7. Pompeii. In the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, a bustling Roman city once thrived. Pompeii was a vibrant, wealthy town, filled with grand villas, bustling markets, and a thriving arts scene. But on a fateful day, in 79 AD, all that changed in an instant. The Mount Vesuvius eruption was one of history's deadliest volcanic events. A massive cloud of ash and rock rained down on Pompeii, burying the city and its inhabitants under up to 20 feet of debris. The heat was so intense that it instantly vaporized bodies, leaving behind only eerie, hollowed-out shells. For over 1,500 years, Pompeii lay forgotten, a city frozen in time. But in the 18th century, archaeologists began to uncover the ruins, and what they found was nothing short of astonishing. The ash that had buried Pompeii had also preserved it, creating a snapshot of Roman life that was unlike anything else in the ancient world. The city's streets, buildings, and even its people were all perfectly preserved, providing an unprecedented glimpse into the daily lives of the ancient Romans. From the intricate frescoes on the walls of the villas to the graffiti scrawled on the city's walls, every detail of Pompeii tells a story. Archaeologists have uncovered everything from ancient fast food joints to elaborate public baths, painting a vivid picture of a city that was as complex and sophisticated as any modern metropolis. Number 6. The Zone of Silence. In the scorching heat of the Chihuahuan Desert, there's a place where the laws of physics seem to break down. Welcome to the Zone of Silence, a remote corner of Mexico where compasses spin out of control, radio signals fade into static, and strange lights dance across the night sky. The Zone of Silence is a place steeped in mystery and intrigue. For decades, locals have reported strange goings-on in the area. Bizarre animal behavior, unexplained sightings of luminous orbs, and an eerie, otherworldly stillness that seems to descend over the landscape. But it's not just the locals who have taken notice. The Mexican government has designated the Zone of Silence as a silent zone, recognizing its unique electromagnetic properties and the potential for scientific research. So, what exactly is going on in this strange corner of the desert? Some researchers believe that the Zone of Silence sits on top of a massive deposit of rare earth minerals, which could be interfering with electromagnetic signals and causing compasses to go haywire. Others have suggested that the area's unique geology and topography may be creating a sort of natural radio quiet zone, where the Earth's magnetic field is somehow distorted or dampened. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. What they captured on camera shocked the whole world. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, a strange incident occurred in Mexico that left people bewildered. According to multiple reports, a bizarre creature was spotted roaming the streets. Eyewitnesses described the creature as small, pale, and bearing a striking resemblance to the extraterrestrial beings often depicted in popular culture. Despite the restrictions in place, people couldn't resist the urge to catch a glimpse of this peculiar entity. As the crowd grew, the creature suddenly climbed atop a nearby roof before vanishing into thin air. Local authorities arrived and dispersed the crowd, but no official explanation or further news of the creature has surfaced. What do you think of it? Real alien sighting or another hoax? Let us know in the comments. Number 5. Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu, the iconic Inca citadel nestled high in the Andes Mountains of Peru, is a testament to the engineering prowess and architectural genius of the Inca civilization. Rediscovered in 1911 by American explorer Hiram Bingham, the site has captured the imagination of people around the world and has become a symbol of the enduring legacy of the Inca Empire. Built around 1450 CE, Machu Picchu was constructed using sophisticated stone-cutting techniques and features a complex network of buildings, plazas, and terraces that blend seamlessly with the surrounding mountain landscape. The city's strategic location, perched on a ridge 7,970 feet above sea level, provides stunning panoramic views of the Urubamba River Valley below. One of the most impressive aspects of Machu Picchu is the precision with which the stone structures were built. The Incas used a technique called ashlar, which involves fitting stones together without mortar, creating walls and buildings that have withstood the test of time and the forces of nature for centuries. The purpose of Machu Picchu remains a topic of debate among scholars, with theories ranging from a royal estate to a sacred religious site. The city's remote location and the fact that the Spanish conquistadors never discovered it has added to its allure and mystery. Number 4. The Dancing Forest. What they captured on camera shocked the whole world. On a remote spit of land in the Baltic Sea, there's a forest that looks like something out of a fairy tale. The pines of the dancing forest twist and turn in impossible shapes, their trunks bent into eerie, almost human-like contortions. The effect is surreal and haunting, like something out of a Salvador Dali painting. The trees seem to defy the laws of nature, their branches reaching out in all directions, their trunks spiraling and twisting like corkscrews. But what could have caused such a bizarre phenomenon? Scientists have been puzzling over the dancing forest for decades, trying to unravel the mystery of its twisted trees. One theory is that the forest's unique shape is the result of strong, persistent winds that sweep across the Curonian spit. Over time, these winds may have sculpted the trees into their strange, contorted shapes, like a natural bonsai garden. Local legends tell of a powerful witch who once lived in the forest and who used her magic to twist the trees into their strange shapes. Others believe that the forest may be a gateway to another dimension, a place where the rules of our world don't apply. Number 3. Sutton Hoo. In 1939, a wealthy widow named Edith Pretty decided to do some digging on her estate in Suffolk, England. Little did she know, she was about to uncover one of the most significant archaeological finds in British history, the Sutton Hoo burial site. With the help of local archaeologist Basil Brown, Edith Pretty discovered a massive Anglo-Saxon burial mound that had lain undisturbed for over 1,300 years. And what they found inside was nothing short of spectacular. A 90-foot-long ship filled with treasures fit for a king. There were gold coins, silver dishes, and even a helmet adorned with intricate designs and precious gems. It was like stumbling upon a real-life treasure chest, and the discovery sent shockwaves through the archaeological community. But the real question on everyone's mind was, whose grave was it? The leading theory is that it belonged to King Raedwald, a powerful ruler of East Anglia in the early 7th century. The extravagance of the burial suggests that he was a man of great wealth and importance, and the ship itself was a symbol of his status and power. Today, the Sutton Hoo treasures are on display at the British Museum, where visitors can marvel at the incredible craftsmanship and artistry of the Anglo-Saxons. Number 2. The Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin is one of the most controversial and enigmatic artifacts in the history of Christianity. This ancient linen cloth, which bears the ghostly image of a crucified man, has been venerated by the faithful for centuries as the burial shroud of Jesus Christ himself. The shroud first surfaced in the 1350s and quickly became a source of fascination and debate. Some claimed it was a miraculous relic, while others dismissed it as a clever forgery. Over the centuries, the shroud has been subjected to countless scientific tests and analyses, but its true origins remain a mystery. In 1988, a team of researchers used radiocarbon dating to determine that the shroud was created between 1260 and 1390 AD, much later than the time of Christ. This finding seemed to confirm the suspicions of skeptics, who believed the shroud was a medieval hoax. However, some true believers remain unconvinced. They argue that the radiocarbon dating was flawed, and that other evidence, such as pollen traces and historical records, support the authenticity of the shroud. Number 1. Acambaro figures. In 1944, a strange discovery in the town of Acambaro, Mexico, sent shockwaves through the archaeological community and sparked a heated debate about the true age of the Earth. Thousands of small clay figurines were unearthed, some of which appeared to depict humans coexisting with dinosaurs. This discovery was like catnip for creationists, who claimed that it was proof that humans and dinosaurs had once lived together, challenging the conventional timeline of Earth's history. They argued that the figurines were evidence that the world was much younger than scientists had previously thought. However, upon closer examination, the Acambaro figures were revealed to be nothing more than an elaborate hoax. Researchers determined that the figurines had been created only a few decades before their supposed discovery, based on the lack of patina and other telltale signs of age. Despite this, some researchers continue to insist on the authenticity of the Acambaro figures to this day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.